Well, the clock is ticking, and this building, this room's really starting to fill up after, we only have 5 hours or so until the Harris-Trump face-off. Last time the vice president took the national debate stage was 4 years ago against Mike Pence.
But before that, she was head-to-head against members of her own party in the 2020 primary debates. Now, 4 years later, what is the vice president taking away from those experiences? And could it mean something that could help her win tonight's debate? Joining us now is someone who faced off against the vice president on that 2019 primary stage.
And there she is, Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota. She's also a Harris campaign surrogate. So great to have you with us, Senator.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you, Jose.
What do you think will constitute? Thank you. What do you think will constitute a win for the vice president tonight?
It will be showing the American people where she stands, which she did so well at the convention. And since this campaign started, she's been extraordinary. And then making the case as the prosecutor, someone who has been able, as the attorney general, the biggest attorney general's office in the country she ran, put the facts out there and then make the case to the American people. And what I want to see out of this debate, and I know she can deliver because I saw her in our campaigns, where, by the way, we got to be better friends when it ended. I know that what she can do is just show this difference. She's going to be focused on the future. He tends to talk about the past. She is someone who's going to come as, yes, a prosecutor, but also a person, someone who worked at McDonald's, someone who understands what it's like to be in the middle class. And then finally, just that split screen on the issues, law and order. And then you got a guy with all his felony convictions. She's someone that has stood up and put out a very well-needed and well-done policy on small businesses and entrepreneurship. And we have him on the other side with his tax cuts for the wealthy. And then you've got the difference on freedom. She is someone, I was there, who called out the number on those Supreme Court justice nominees, who stood up for abortion providers as Attorney General of California, who's led the effort of the vice presidency. And on the other side, you got a guy who says he's proudly responsible to be the person who overturned Roe v. Wade, said he was going to do it, Exhibit A, put the justices on Exhibit B, and then said he did it afterward and was proud of it, Exhibit C. She's got a strong case to make.
It's been a while since Trump has been on the debate stage with a woman. I think back to 2016 and Hillary Clinton and his sort of stalking that it appeared he was doing. I think back to, how he attacked Carly Fiorina, how he's gone after debate moderators who are women. He doesn't hold back when speaking about or to women. What unique challenges might that create for Vice President Harris as she faces off with him on the debate stage tonight?
That's a challenge for anyone, but I just know she's up for it. And I know by how she and her campaign has handled this, because some of the things they've taken straight on, some of the things they have ignored, which is the right thing to do. You've heard her say in the past, same old playbook. Next question. And some of the things she has used humor. And I just think that when you look back at some of her other debates for the U.S. Senate, for Attorney General, she was able to effectively take on things with sometimes a sentence or a look. And I think oftentimes in the past, when people weren't used to dealing with Donald Trump, just try to go at him with everything. And he wants to control that debate stage. I wish they would have left the mics on. That's something that Kamala Harris wanted to do so America could see him as exactly as he is. But even despite the fact that they're going to turn the mic off on him, I think she'll be able to make that case of the clear difference between them.